So you notice we'll have different house plants in our young plant catalog, and this one's called Red Secret, and if you haven't had it before, you can see why. I hope you see why. It's just so cool. It's slow to get started. This plant is about a year old. Once it gets the warmth of the mid-spring, late spring, it takes off quite well, but they're slow and they're beautiful. For those houseplant collectors, we have a series now, a collection actually, of Ascanianthus. Ascanianthus is a genus that is part of the Gesneriid family, in other words, the African violet family, Streptocarpus family. These flower on and off through the year. They're going to be green most of the year. They are very interesting. They don't require full sun and make a good houseplant. So as you may know, we offer Cordyline, and we've been offering it for years in a tray of this type, 51 cells per tray. And with the shortage of Dracaena this year, we opted to create a new product with the Cordyline that's in, we call it a super cell. So there's 50 plants in this tray also, just like there's 50 or 51 in this tray, but it gives you a much bigger head start when you pot this up in the spring. So if you're interested, we have the Cordyline and what we call the super cells. So also a reminder that we specialize in Rex begonias, and you can see from this display that there's plenty to choose from. So this year the Iron Cross that we are offering is a new type of Iron Cross, often called the Rock. And what's different about it is this edge of tannish brown coloring around it, and it seems to grow a little more even and possibly a tiny bit faster than the old traditional Iron Cross. So this year we have a great addition to our cactus, and it may not be what you think. It's these epiphyllum, and there's 3 different types here. The Anguligare is maybe the more exciting to some people, but they're all nice and they all flower. We have another addition to the Gesneriaceae family, along with Streptocarpus. These are the Apicea, and right now we're offering this one color, and it grows quite vigorously. Like any Gesneria type plant, we want to be careful not to overhead water with cold water. So it's best to water from below or water in the pot, or avoid sun when watering. We grow a lot of herbs for our finished customers here, and so we decided it's time that we added some varieties that are typically grown from cuttings, such as the rosemary barbecue, some Moroccan mint / spearmint, and we already have lavender. We've got scented geranium aroma citrus, and then this year we're adding lemongrass, so that could be also used as a component, the lemongrass, instead of Dracaena this year. Last year we had a late addition of geraniums, scented geranium citronella. Here's a couple or a few of our plants. We keep our own mother stock here, and we propagate them all winter. These went well last year, and we plan on increasing our production of young plants this year. So with a shortage of Dracaena indivisa this year, we've put together a suggested list of substitutions such as Pennisetum, Alocasia, Colocasia, etc., etc. There's quite a group of plants that could make a great accent plant other than Dracaena indivisa. We're seeing that, for example, the Juncus Blue Arrows is a great, easy changeover, along with cypress. And as I mentioned earlier, the lemongrass might also fit in well. Sedum burros tail is a new addition. You can see that we grow them finished in pots and in hanging baskets. What we want to show you is that what we do is produce them from leaf cutting, so it's a long process, and in every cell you'll get a nice clump to work with. So just a reminder that we have a nice selection of cactus to offer you. along with lots of succulents and aloes and hardy sedum and sempervivums. This is Philodendron squamiferum, and I can't help but show you because it's one of my favorites. And it gets the hairy petioles, and the leaves, like many plants that originate from tissue culture, will mature and change as they get older. So if you look down here, this is why I love this plant so much, because you can see how just picture perfect it is. The leaves petioles are very interesting. The leaves have gotten a nice shape. Although this plant is about a year old, you can see that it formed a perfect shape, and there is no support in the middle of it. It just created this beautiful construction of its own without any help. We want to show you the potential of these houseplants, mostly from tissue culture. So for example, this silver sword looks all nice as it is, and here's the form as it matures. The Philodendron minima has nice simple leaves and then forms beautiful toothed leaves as it gets older. Similar as we go down the line, Philodendron adansonii and Monstera deliciosa just needs some time to start having its leaves split as it gets more mature. So again, here's some more houseplants, some from cuttings, some from tissue culture, and you can get a sense of what the final result will be after growing them for a while. Here's one of the biggest take-home messages from today. Is in our pricing this year, you will see that tags are on a separate line item. So if you want tags, they're going to come. That's a standard procedure. But if you don't want tags, you just tell your broker you don't want tags, and you won't get them, and you'll get a price reduction based on the fact that we have a separate line item for tags.